Hello, Nature Kindergarten families. Mr. Dargis here, and I'm excited to share with you a little bit more information about Nature Kindergarten. Now, normally we'd have this information night a few weeks into the school year. The kids have already been on the trail, they started to know about it, learn the routines, and be accustomed to the ins and outs of our daily program. However, this year, there is really no normal. So rather than worry about giving you that information a few weeks in, I decided to give you that information now so that you have some time to process it and ask questions next week at our Great Start Conference. Let's dig in. Today's presentation is going to talk a little bit about who I am. It's going to talk about what Nature Kindergarten is, why we've chosen to teach and learn in this route, how we do it, and where it all happens. Now, you may remember from my earlier video, my name is Mr. Dargits, and I am a kindergarten teacher here at Woodside. This will be my 15th year of teaching, but my 9th in kindergarten. I taught 4th grade for 6 years here at Woodside beforehand. I have 3 lovely children with my wife. My oldest daughter, Embry, is in 2nd grade, and she's 7. Oakley will be 4 in February, and Arden is my youngest and only boy, and he turns 2 this upcoming December. Before I was a teacher, I had a variety of different jobs. I worked at the Milwaukee County Zoo for about 15 years, and I worked in various areas in the zoo, starting off at the admissions gate. I worked at the train, and I worked in the Zoomobile giving tours. One of my most fun jobs, besides teaching, was being a racing sausage for the Brewers. I am a retired racing sausage. I haven't raced for a couple years now, but if you want to know what my favorite one is, you'll have to ask me. I have won a race as all 5, but I do have some favorites. And when I am not working, I do a lot of volunteer work, either for Special Olympics or for the Ice Age Trail. And I run a statewide program known as the Tyke Hikes, where I get children and families out on the trail to learn a little bit about this wonderful 1,150-mile trail that weaves in and around Wisconsin. Now, what is Nature Kindergarten and what is our classroom? Well, sometimes you'll hear me refer to our classroom as the classroom zoo. Now, I'm not saying that you are wild and stinky animals, although learning can get messy, but I am saying that we go to the zoo to see the diversity and uniqueness of the different animals. Imagine going to the zoo and every building you went into, every exhibit you saw had the same animal over and over. You would get pretty bored. The zoo is a place where that diversity and differences are celebrated, where it's a great opportunity to see, well, today I want to look at the tigers and learn more about them, or today I want to focus on the gorillas, or maybe I want to learn about the fish today, or I want to look at the giraffes. Every animal has its own unique characteristics, and what makes the zoo special is that it's open to all of those wonderful and different animals. I consider our classroom to be the same way. Not all of us are the same. We're all going to have very different strengths, very different areas of improvement, and very cool and unique characteristics. And it's those differences and the acceptance of the diversity of our classroom that makes us unique and makes us special. And those differences and those things that are unique about us should be celebrated. So I want every child and family to come into this classroom knowing that they are perfectly comfortable being themselves, even if it's different, even if it is maybe a little bit unusual or strange or do things that are a little bit different. This is a class where you are you, and you should be proud of that. In this classroom, we do a lot of learning through play. Now, obviously, with the physical distancing that we need to do for our safety protocols this year, play might look a little different, but notice how I said physically distancing, not social distancing. I really do encourage and plan on creating a very social and active class, even from a distance. And we'll do a lot of opportunities to play both in our indoor and outdoor classroom. Now, why did I do this? Why did I change my classroom and create this nature kindergarten environment and program? Well, about 7 years ago, when I was in my kindergarten classroom and we were near the end of the school year, I noticed a couple things. We were finished up with all of the reading, writing, and math jobs that we had to do for the year, so we spent the last few days just working on more play-based and art stuff, like art activities and games, and just fun. And what I noticed is while my kids were doing awesome with their reading and their writing and their numbers and their science observations, they were really struggling working together. They were really struggling dealing with problems. They were really struggling thinking about how their actions impacted others. So I realized that while I was doing a wonderful job having kids read books and write sentences and count numbers, I was struggling to help a child grow to be the best person they could be. And you're not a student in this classroom, you are a person. And while I will help you learn all the academic things that we're expected to learn, I want you to leave this classroom with much more than just a strong brain, but a strong heart and a strong soul, and really focusing on being kind, being respectful, being safe, and being responsible. And I'd like to do that by looking at how we can change our classroom. And so, about 7 years ago, like I said, I changed my classroom. I said, I can't focus just on the numbers and the books. I need to do things to let kids be kids. So, I spent some years focusing on play and eventually turned that focusing into the outdoors and nature play. And going outside gives you all the benefits that you have in the indoor classroom, plus so much more. Helps your bodies grow stronger and your friendships grow stronger and your mind grows stronger. It really nurtures the whole child. Now, how are we going to do that this year? Well, we are a very active class, and our learning expands beyond the classroom and beyond the school day. What I mean by that is this is a very involved and exciting class for our families. We have lots of opportunities for our families to participate. Now, this year, obviously, participation will be mostly from home, as visitors, for safety reasons, aren't really going to be able to come to Woodside. But that's okay. We have lots of ways that we can do exciting and wonderful things together. Our classroom is all about community collaborations, and we do a major one with the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, now known as Children's Wisconsin. We do a variety of curricular connected activities and opportunities throughout the entire school year, and I'm so excited to share some of those with you. We also do a lot of things that are also very engaging and think outside the box. We work on citizen science programs where we go and work kind of hand in hand with other scientists around the world and learn about nature and learn about the outdoors and how we can protect our environment. We have trail buddies and forest friends from all over the United States and even parts of the world where we connect with and learn about how they're enjoying their outdoor classrooms. We work specifically with Wisconsin authors. Besides being a teacher, I'm trying to be an author myself. So I have a lot of writing friends who like to make connections with their classroom. And we do a lot of service learning, means we do work for others. That might be on the trail, but it might be a lot of other things as well. You'll see some other logos on here about Snapshot Wisconsin. That's a trail camera program we do some work with. Our Retzer Nature Center, who are we? Our collaboration with the Nature Center. It'll be a unique collaboration this year, but we're still excited to be working with them. And we have what I like to call my 4Ps. Our classroom is based on play, projects, place-based education, and personalized education. So we do a lot of play. We do a lot of curricularly integrated and longer term projects that kind of grow throughout the year. We learn about place-based, which means we focus on our backyards and our neighborhoods and our community and how we can make a difference. And personalize. I don't want to know you as a student. I want to know you as a person. And knowing you and your family as people, that'll help me coordinate and create opportunities for you to learn in a way that makes you stand out. I'm very excited to learn about you. Now, how can you best support yourself and how can your families be a part of this program to its finest? Well, we can all be a hero together. And HERO is an acronym, so each of the HERO letters stands for something. In this classroom, I'm not worried about your reading level. I'm not overly concerned with how high you can read or how fast you can count or how many words you can write. Well, those are great goals, and I'm excited to get you to achieve and help you achieve as much as you can. What really I want you to focus on is giving your best hard work and working your tail off to do the best that you can. And we do that here at school. And during the school day, you will be working. We'll have lots of time, lots of play, but you will be expected to do lots of work. But when the school day is over, your school day should be over too. And you shouldn't have to worry about taking lots of extra work home. Now, obviously, I want you to read at home and write at home and play math games and share with your family the observations in science and just be able to communicate all the great things we do at school. But as for lots of work to do at home, well, you've come to the wrong classroom. We don't have any homework here in kindergarten, or it's very minimal. But we do believe in home play, where we'll have lots of opportunities to connect what we do at school to your family life at home in a more fun and engaging way than just completing a worksheet and filling out a reading log. So I'm very excited to share those with you. Along with that hard work comes effort. You're going to be giving lots of hard work. Now, if you don't get that work correct, it's okay. If you don't understand it perfectly, that's okay. There's a very important difference between needing to be right and understanding the importance of making mistakes. If you're not making mistakes, you're not trying. And I will be challenging you and helping you work through those mistakes because those are what help you learn. We also will have a pause chart, which you'll learn more about, which is a way to communicate more of our social and emotional behaviors that occur here at school and connect those with your home life. To be able to create your hard work and give your great effort, you need to take risks. Risks can sometimes be scary, and sometimes people are worried about, risks could be dangerous. Risks make me feel uncomfortable. And that is true. Risks can make you feel uncomfortable, but those are the ways that help you grow to your maximum potential. So we'll ask you to take physical risks out on the trail and learn about yourself. Academic risks in the classroom, where again, you'll be challenged, even though things might be tricky, even though they might be new and unusual for you, you'll get a chance to show. And we also will take some social risks and learn about each other and grow. And it'll be a very interesting year with our physical distancing to do some of these risk taking things, but I know you guys will do a great job of working very hard. And again, if you give hard work, great effort, and take those risks, you will have opportunities to grow. Over and over and over again, you will have opportunities to grow. As a student, you will achieve wonderful things academically and get your brain very, very smart. As a friend, you will work very, very hard to be a kind and compassionate friend who will grow socially throughout the year, and you will learn your value and importance as a community member in this classroom, in this school, and in this community. And where are we going to be doing these things? Well, we're going to be spending a lot of time in our outdoor classroom known as the Timberwolf Trail. Now, as the year progresses, you'll get more information about what supplies might be helpful, what activities you might be doing, and get lots of information about the things we're doing. But here is a general overview of our trail. I had a family that went on a hot air balloon ride, and they happened to go over Woodside, so they snapped this picture, and that was really cool, so they shared it with me. Where my mouse is, if you can see it on your screen, this is our classroom right here, our indoor classroom. And then here's our trail, and you can kind of see where I took my lawnmower and made the paths. We have lots of different learning spaces in this trail that we will learn all about, and you guys will be very familiar with. I greatly encourage you to come visit the trail with your families throughout the year and show off all the awesome things that we do, whether it's working with snowshoes, whether it's working with birding, whether it's working with plants and our animal friends, or service learning and citizen science. There are so many things that I am just so excited to share with you. Now, normally this is where we take questions, comments, or concerns in our presentation, but obviously in this virtual opportunity, we can't quite do that in the same way. So I highly encourage you to look through this presentation and see if there's any things you have questions about, things that maybe I wasn't so clear on, and things that you want to express to let me know about how this class will work for you. I'm excited to learn about you and learn about any of these questions or comments you have at our conference, at our Great Start Conference next week. We will start here in our indoor classroom, and if we choose, we can walk while we talk and take a little hike on the Timberwolf Trail, or we can stay in the classroom the whole time. It's really up to you and your family. I will be sending this out to you along with some other information. I look forward to meeting you. Have a great day, and of course, until we meet again, hand hugs.